Okay, so in the last class we did some selected questions up to question number 26. So today we are going to move ahead from question 27 onwards. Let's see what kind of questions we have today. Okay, so question 27 and 28 are also about rectangle. Uh, I think we'll take some age problems because we did the area and perimeter of rectangle problems in the last lecture. So we'll take question number 29, which is an age problem. Okay. A man is 5 times as old as his son. In 2 years' time, he will be 4 times as old as his son. Find their present ages.
So for this question, we can assume the son's age as X, right?
Yes, because whoever is younger, whichever quantity's value is smaller, we always take that value as x. So here the age of sun is the smaller quantity. So we take age of the sun as x and we write it like this. Let sun's present age be x years. Let sun's present age be x years. Therefore, father's present age is equal to 5x years. And why I wrote that? Because they've clearly mentioned here man is 5 times as old as his son. So if the age of son is x years, father's present age will be 5x years. In 2 years' time, what do you mean by in 2 years' time? 2 years' time means 2 years later. 2 years later. Now we don't need to read any other further information. We can at least find son's and father's age 2 years later. So son's age 2 years later will be x plus 2 years. Simply 2 will be added to their ages. Right? If the present age is x years, then 2 years later the age will be x plus 2 years. And father's age 2 years later would be 5x plus 2 years. 5x plus 2 years. Okay, so this is the age 2 years later. So what they are saying is in 2 years' time, he will be 4 times as old as his son. Who is this he? He means the father. Father will be 4 times as old as his son. Of course, father will be elder always. So they are saying father will be, that is, father's age will be 4 times as much as the son's age. And this is the story after 2 years. So we are going to compare and relate their ages 2 years later. So father's age after 2 years is equal to 4 times the age of the son after 2 years. Now this is your equation. You will solve it, get the value of x will be, which will be son's present age. And if you substitute the value of x in 5x, you will get father's present age. So just write up to this and leave a space there so that you can solve later. Done?
Yes.
Okay, now there are many age problems. I'm going to do one more age problem for you, that is 34. 30, 31, 32, 33, all are age problems which you have to try. 34 is one more which I am doing. 9 years hence, a girl will be 3 times as old as she was 9 years ago. How old is she now? So they are talking about everything. When they ask how old is she now, they are talking about the present. When they say 9 years hence, they are talking about the future, 9 years later. And when they were saying 3 times as old as she was 9 years ago, they are talking about the past. So they have the relation between the age 9 years later and the age 9 years ago, and they are asking the age at the present, right? So we have to take the present age as x, and we have to write certain statements like this is question number 34, right? Okay, so the first statement will be, let the girl's present age be x years. Let the girl's present age be x years. Therefore, 9 years ago, her age is equal to x minus 9 years, and 9 years hence her age is equal to x plus 9 years. Okay. So we have got the present age 9 years ago, the age, and the age 9 years later. So they are saying 9 years hence, that is x plus 9, a girl will be, means x plus 9 equals to 3 times as old as she was 9 years ago. So they are saying x plus 9 is equal to 3 times x minus 9. That's it. This is the equation. If you read the question again, you will understand that 9 years hence, the age of the girl will be 3 times 9 years, the age of the girl 9 years ago.
Sir, done.
Okay.
Sir, for the last question and this question, sir, we need to find we need to find the x, right? Like our present age will
Yeah.
be, yeah. Okay. 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 Sir, and then we need to we need to substitute it.
No need to substitute. You just have to find the present age.
Okay.
Because in the question they have asked, how old is she now? That's it.
Okay.
Question number 35. This is about speed, distance, and time. A man made a trip of 480 km in 9 hours. Some part of the trip was covered at 45 km per hour, and the remaining was covered at 60 km per hour. Find the part of the trip covered by him at 60 km per hour. Okay. So total distance is 48 km per hour. 48 km, and the total time taken is 9 hours. We have two speeds, and we have to find the distance covered by the man with each speed, let's say. So we can write like this. total, this is question number 35, total distance is equal to 480 kilometers and time is equal to 9 hours. Total distance is 480 kilometers and the total time is 9 hours. Correct? Now, case 1 and case 2. There are two cases. In case 1, the speed is 45 kilometer per hour. In case 2, the speed is 60 kilometer per hour. Let the distance covered in case 1 be x kilometers and let the distance covered in case 2, see now the total distance I know 480 kilometers, the distance which is covered with 45 kilometer per hour speed I already have assumed as x. So out of 480 kilometer, x kilometer is already covered with certain speed. So how much distance is left? 480 minus x kilometers. Now this distance will be covered with 60 kilometer per hour. Okay. So what we can do, we can find the time. So you know that speed is equal to distance upon time. So time is equal to distance upon speed. Time is equal to distance upon speed. So distance is x, speed is 45. This is the time in hours. And in the second case, the time will be 480 minus x, distance, upon speed, which is 60 hours. So we have got both the times. Now see, we have got time in terms of x by 45 hours and 480 minus x by 60 hours. Now the total time is 9 hours. The total time is 9 hours. So x by 45 plus 480 minus x by 60 is equal to 9. The total time is 9 hours. This is your linear equation. If you solve this, you get x. Now x is not your final answer, okay? They have asked in the question to find the distance covered by the man at the speed of 60 kilometer per hour. So we know that at the speed of 60 kilometer per hour, the distance covered by the man is 480 minus x kilometer. So you have to substitute the value of x here and get the distance covered by the man at 60 kilometer per hour and write that as a statement in the final answer. So speed, distance, time questions are generally tricky, but if you solve part by part, slowly understanding and applying the formula of speed or distance or time, then it is not difficult. Okay, this is done. Okay. Let me try one question about boat. 38th question. A boat travels 30 km upstream in a river in the same period of time as it takes to travel 50 km downstream. If the rate of stream is 5 km per hour, find the speed of the boat in still water. Now, first of all, who knows what is upstream and what is downstream? What is upstream and downstream?
Sir, upstream means that like the going against the water flow and like
Very
going
good.
yeah. And downstream means that going with the water flow. So,
Upstream, please इसको note कर लो सब लोग, is going means swimming or no boating, against the direction of flow. Going against the direction of flow of water. And downstream is going in the direction of flow. Upstream is going against the direction of flow and downstream is going in the direction of flow. ये तुम्हें याद रहना चाहिए. क्लास 8th में ये इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ है. क्लास 9th में उसके ऊपर एक चैप्टर है जिसमें क्वेश्चंस आएंगे, साइमल्टेनियस लीनियर इक्वेशंस. क्लास 10th में भी इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन है, that is in the chapter called quadratic equations. So this is upstream downstream problems are not going away. This is not the first time and the last time you're studying them. This is a persistent problem for coming 2 years, that is class 9th and class 10th. तो इसके लिए अपस्ट्रीम और डाउनस्ट्रीम का मीनिंग तुम्हें याद होना चाहिए. डू नॉट फॉरगेट देम. ठीक है. सो व्हाट इज द क्वेश्चन सेइंग? अगेन, एक बोट ट्रैवल कर रही है 30 किलोमीटर अपस्ट्रीम और सेम टाइम लगता है उसको 50 किलोमीटर डाउनस्ट्रीम जाने में. ठीक है. सो यहां पे मैं दो चीजें लिखना चाहूंगा. लेट द स्पीड ऑफ बोट in still water be x kilometer per hour. What do you mean by in still water? Still water मतलब जहां पे कोई फ्लो नहीं है वाटर का, that is still water. There is no flow of water. ठीक है. सो ऐसे फ्लो में, ऐसे जगह पे जहां पे स्टिल वाटर है, जो बोट का स्पीड होता है, सॉरी या जो बोट का स्पीड होता है वो ओरिजिनल स्पीड होता है. इट इज नॉट अफेक्टेड बाय द फ्लो ऑफ वाटर बिकॉज देयर इज नो फ्लो. नाउ दे हैव गिवन दैट स्पीड ऑफ स्ट्रीम, स्पीड ऑफ वाटर स्ट्रीम इज 5 किलोमीटर पर आवर. तो यहां से हमारा क्वेश्चन शुरू होता है. हमने क्या किया? स्पीड ऑफ बोट इन स्टिल वाटर को x किलोमीटर पर आवर ले लिया और रेट ऑफ स्ट्रीम या स्पीड ऑफ स्ट्रीम हमें पता है 5 किलोमीटर पर आवर. यहां से हम क्वेश्चन शुरू करेंगे. सो व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू राइट नेक्स्ट इज इन 2 कॉलम्स. यहां पे मैं लिखूंगा अप स्ट्रीम और यहां पे मैं लिखूंगा डाउन स्ट्रीम. अपस्ट्रीम एंड डाउनस्ट्रीम. अपस्ट्रीम में मैं स्पीड लिखूंगा, अपस्ट्रीम की जो स्पीड है दैट विल बी, सी अपस्ट्रीम इज अगेंस्ट द फ्लो ऑफ वाटर. तो जो नॉर्मल या नेचुरल स्पीड है वाटर बोट की स्टिल वाटर में, उससे कम स्पीड होगी अपस्ट्रीम में. सो द स्पीड ऑफ द बोट विल बी x माइनस 5 किलोमीटर पर आवर. x माइनस 5 मतलब बोट की स्पीड में से स्ट्रीम की स्पीड को मुझे माइनस कर देना है. x माइनस 5 किलोमीटर पर आवर. एंड डाउनस्ट्रीम में जो स्पीड होगी that will be definitely the speed, the current of water current or speed of flow of water will help the boat to go downstream. It will go easily. So it will be x plus 5 किलोमीटर पर आवर। ठीक है, स्पीड आ गई दोनों केसेस में, अपस्ट्रीम और डाउनस्ट्रीम में। नाउ डिस्टेंस, तो यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन में बोला है डिस्टेंस। अपस्ट्रीम डिस्टेंस 30 किलोमीटर है और डाउनस्ट्रीम 50। ठीक है, डाउनस्ट्रीम डिस्टेंस, अपस्ट्रीम है 30 किलोमीटर और डाउनस्ट्रीम डिस्टेंस है 50 किलोमीटर। एंड they are saying and they are saying that it takes the same time, it takes the same time। so इसका मतलब है कि ये दोनों टाइम जो हमको मिलेंगे they will be equal to each other। so टाइम का फॉर्मूला क्या है? so we know that speed is equal to distance upon time। so time is equal to distance upon speed। so that is 30 upon x minus 5 and 50 upon x plus 5। these two are the times। ठीक है, these two are the times। अब now listen to me, what they are saying is ये दोनों केसेस में टाइम सेम लग रहा है। the time to go 30 kilometer upstream and time to come back 50 kilometer downstream is the same। that means ये दोनों टाइम को मैं इक्वेट कर सकता हूँ। that is 30 upon x minus 5 will be equal to 50 upon x plus 5। what you do is you solve this, this is your linear equation। you solve this by simplifying it and you get the value of x, which is the speed of boat in still water, simply। so this is as per me one of the most interesting type of question, और मैंने बताया कि आगे भी आएगा। so you need to understand this methodology for solving it।
Sir, so in this question, we are assuming the boat speed higher than the speed of the stream, right? Because we wrote x minus 5.
if the speed of the boat is not higher, then it will
Yeah,
not be able to travel upstream।
it won't.
the fact that it is traveling upstream, it shows that boat has some higher speed than the stream।
Yes, okay, sir. Yeah. Okay.
okay, let this go। ओके नेक्स्ट, यस बेटा दिखाओ। लेट्स डू ज्योमेट्री वाला क्वेश्चन। ओके हम्म 4:30 तक हो जाए यहाँ पे। ओके यू डोंट हैव, इट्स 3:45, you have 45 minutes। लेट्स डू समथिंग फ्रॉम ज्योमेट्री। एक ही है एक्चुअली ज्योमेट्री वाला। चलो रीड करते हैं इसको। आई डोंट नो वेदर इट इज लाइक इजी डिफिकल्ट। The length of each of the equal sides of an isosceles triangle is 4 centimeter longer than the base। The length of each of the equal sides of an isosceles triangle is 4 centimeter longer than the base। If the perimeter of the triangle is 62 centimeter, find the length of the sides of the triangle। बहुत easy है यार। So आइसोसेलेस ट्राइंगल का जो बेस है उससे 4 सेंटीमीटर ज्यादा उसके इक्वल साइड्स की लेंथ है और पेरीमीटर दिया है। So it is, I'm not writing anything, but just understand from this. Uh, so suppose this is the isosceles triangle and the base, which is the shortest side, is x centimeter. Then each of the equal sides will be x plus 4 centimeter. है ना? बोला है ना कि equal sides is 4 centimeter longer than the base and perimeter is 62. Perimeter 62 है तो क्या करेंगे? x plus 4 plus x plus 4 plus x is equal to 62. बस हो जाएगा काम. ठीक है, चलो. अभी कुछ रैंडम क्वेश्चंस है. ठीक है, कुछ टाइम एंड वर्क वाले भी है, बट कुछ कमर्शियल मैथमेटिक्स वाले क्वेश्चंस भी. लेट्स डू मे बी कपल ऑफ मोर. I am interested in 41. So this is also done, I can say. Raman has 3 times as much money as Kamal. If Raman gives 750 to Kamal, then Kamal will have twice as much money, twice as much as left with Raman. How much had each originally? यहाँ पे दो लोग हैं, रमन एंड कमल, और रमन के पास ज्यादा पैसे हैं. रमन हैज 3 times as much money as कमल. तो किसके पास कम पैसे हैं? कमल के पास. सो और यहाँ पे हाउ मच ईच हैड ओरिजिनली पूछा है. सो वी गेट अ परफेक्ट ओपनिंग लाइन. लेट द अमाउंट विथ कमल be rupees x. Therefore, amount with Raman will be equal to rupees 3x. कमल के पास x रुपीज है, ठीक है, और रमन के पास 3x. इफ रमन गिव्स रुपीज 750 टू कमल, रमन ने कमल को 750 रुपीज दे दिया. सो रमन के पास 3x था, उसमें से माइनस 750 हो गया, और कमल के पास x था, उसमें प्लस 750 हो गया. सो दिस इज व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. रमन इज गिविंग 750 टू कमल. देन कमल विल हैव ट्वाइस एज मच एज लेफ्ट विथ रमन. मतलब अब कमल के पास ज्यादा पैसे होंगे, और कितने पैसे होंगे? ट्वाइस एज मच एज कमल के पास, ट्वाइस एज मच एज लेफ्ट विथ रमन. सो यहाँ पे 2 मल्टीप्लाई कर देंगे. Now Kamal will be having more amount. So this is your basically your equation. You have to find x and then substitute in 3x to find the amount with both of them.
Sir, done.
Okay, I like this one. Last one. Nice question. 45. A workman is paid rupees 150 for each day he works and fined rupees 50 for each day he is absent. मतलब अगर वो एक दिन काम करता है उसको 150 रुपीज मिलता है, उसकी सैलरी है, एंड if he is absent he is fined 50 rupees, means 50 rupees कट होता है for each day he is absent. In a month of 30 days he earned rupees 2100 rupees, fined for how many days he was absent. So let the number of days for which he was absent be x. वो वर्कर x डेज के लिए एब्सेंट था. अब वो ये 1 मंथ की बात कर रहे हैं, 30 डेज की, तो प्रेजेंट कितने दिन था? देयरफॉर ही वॉज प्रेजेंट फॉर 30 minus x days. Therefore, he was present for 30 minus x days. ठीक है, तो ये x डेज के लिए एब्सेंट था और 30 माइनस x डेज के लिए प्रेजेंट था. अब जिस दिन के लिए वो प्रेजेंट था उसमें उसको कितने रुपीस मिल रहे हैं? 150. सो 30 माइनस x टाइम्स 150, ये उसकी सैलरी होगी जितनी वो अर्न करेगा. और जिस दिन वो एब्सेंट था उसमें उसके 50 रुपीज कट होंगे. सो प्लस, सॉरी माइनस, प्लस नहीं माइनस, कट हो रहे हैं ना, माइनस 50 टाइम्स x, 50x. ठीक है, और ये सब कैलकुलेशन करके उसकी सैलरी कितनी बन रही है? 2001.
Sir, why 50x?
तो यहाँ पे बोला है कि ही विल बी फाइंड फॉर 50 फॉर ईच डे ही इज एब्सेंट.
Okay.
तो ही वॉज एब्सेंट फॉर x डेज. 1 डे का 50 रुपीज कट होगा तो x डेज का कितना रुपीज कट होगा? 50x,
50x.
है ना. सो दैट इज माइनस बिकॉज इट इज फाइंड. So if you calculate the total, it's 2100, the total salary he got for this month. And if you solve this, you will get the answer x.
Okay, sir, done.
ठीक है. Now see, मैंने आज भी कुछ रैंडम क्वेश्चंस कवर किए हैं यहाँ से, एंड यू ऑल हैव नोटेड इट डाउन. तो मैंने ये एक्सरसाइज कल मैंने भेजना भूल गया था, मैंने आज ही भेजी है 15B. सो जो भी रिमेनिंग क्वेश्चन है प्लीज कंप्लीट कर लो. आंसर्स भी तुम्हें भेजे हैं तो तुम चेक भी कर सकते हो. एंड राइट द फाइनल आंसर प्रॉपर्ली प्लीज. ठीक है, कैन यू डू दैट मच? ठीक है. एंड टुमारो, व्हाट इज योर शेड्यूल टुमारो? व्हाट लेक्चर्स यू हैव, विथ whom?
SST and English.
What time is SST? What time is English?
SST will